I still don't like the ocean, but I did enjoy the Aquaman movie. Yep, once again, DC has managed to put out a good movie. So that's 2.5 so far. That is not a good score. Well, at least this was a good movie. Aquaman. I don't really know much about the character, except that he was played as an idiot savant in Batman the Brave and the Bold, and as a tough guy, like a wet version of Batman, in the Justice League series. And he was considered to be rather lame back in the day. But honestly, I think Jason Momoa really managed to bring together all aspects of the character. Tough guy, funny guy, savant when it comes to beating up bad guys, and also just a likable character. His co-star, Amber Heard, in an obviously fake red dye job. Seriously, that hair is way too red. Anywho, she was okay as Mera, who I don't know a lot about, but she was sort of a stoic princess, but not dainty. Like, she might have been the inspiration for Xena or something, you know? The rest of the cast, Aquaman's parents, played by Tamara Morrison and Nicole Kidman, were decent. The rest of the cast included Willem Dafoe as a good guy, who worked pretty well, and Djimon Hounsou, whose character I'm not going to spoil, but his voice is always recognizable. And, who else? Oh, yeah, Julie Andrews. She didn't touch the Mary Poppins sequel, but she decided to play a fish. I'm not going to give the details, because spoilers. But yeah, she's a fish, basically. Kind of threw me for a loop, but overall, I think the cast was solidly chosen and solidly acted. I hope that makes sense. The effects and locations were a mixed bag. You could tell what was CG, but the mixture of practical stuff, like they went to certain locations and used practical sets in places, that helped me suspend my disbelief to a degree. But yeah, the ocean sequences were obviously CG, but they were beautifully rendered. I mean, yeah, you could tell you weren't looking at something real, but it looked pretty. You know what I mean? So I gave it a pass. The villains, there were two. A pretender to the throne, who's got to fight Aquaman, who I thought played it kind of too wooden, but the character is false royalty, to be frank, so he kind of had to walk like he had a trident stuck somewhere, if you know what I mean. The other guy, who showed up in the trailer, so I could talk about him, Black Manta, he had a surprising level of backstory, and he actually had some decent character. It's kind of like with the Black Panther villain. Sparse, but what was there was meticulously detailed. We got his backstory like that, and he got to have some good character building moments. Unfortunately, he was grossly underused. Hopefully in the next one he'll be used more, because he has some potential. I'm not going to lie. The music was decidedly epic and catchy in places. And overall, this was just a decent movie about a guy who talks to fish. They even did some of the classic echolocation visual effects that were just so bad looking in the cartoon, but looked legit here. I mean, the naysayers who used to say Aquaman is not as lame as people peg him as, they get vindicated in this movie. I mean, Jason Momoa took some blonde pretty boy and made him into a legit tough guy who might even make Batman do a double take. Bottom line, once again, thanks to Greek mythology, the DC Universe has cranked out yet another good movie. Not exactly Marvel, but what is, besides Marvel? This is Mr. J signing out. I'm reminding you, always wear your waders. And be careful around fish people.